Good evening, fellow Cavaliers and everyone present here.
Good evening.
So, first of all, I would like to congratulate Ankita on completing her P2 successfully. Okay, so moving on to your evaluation. The first thing I noticed was your speech title. It really made it. Your speech title was the best medicine, yeah. And what you talked about was laughter, and something that you did was you made us curious by saying the best medicine. You just didn't give it all by saying medicine is the best. Medicine is the laughter is the best medicine. So you didn't do that, and that really made the audience curious, and they wanted to hear what the best medicine was. So that was something that was really good. So coming on to your opening then, your opening was great, and you started off with this situation where you were in school and you didn't complete the math project, and you were all stressed out, and then you just laughed it all out instead of stressing out and screwing up your whole day. So yeah, that was really good, and that really showed us that you really added a situation that happened in your life, and you're talking about something that's happened to you. And one thing I noticed was you were a bit nervous, so you weren't a bit clear in the start, but it's all okay. I mean, your P2, yeah. So it's all good. Like, just pay a bit attention and have a commanding voice. That you have this great opening instead of having like a quiet opening and then moving on to this commanding voice. So just pay some attention to that. And your entire speech was very informative, and it was really interesting, as you talked about something that we do every day, which is laughing. And you talked about a lot of facts about laughing, which really made it interesting. And one of your objectives were to make your message clear, and it was pretty clear as you talked about everything about laughter and everything that we do, and the whole science about it. You talked about cells, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So that was good. And then was coming on to your conclusion. It was your content of your conclusion was really strong. But then the way, the thing that it wasn't, I won't call it a strong opening conclusion, because you didn't have that commanding voice. As I said in the start, your opening, your opening, that wasn't commanding as the same as your conclusion. Your content was superb, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, and then something that I really noticed your entire speech was your eye contact. Because I was looking down, and as soon as I raised my head up, I saw you looking at me. Like every single time. So it's okay. I mean, you got to pay some more attention to the rest of the audience too. So it's all okay. And then was your voice. As I said before, like you were a bit nervous, so that's why you had this, soft tone. So yeah. But overall, your speech was pretty good, and so something that you can take, care of your next speeches is the way you use your stage. What I saw you doing was this. It's okay. I mean P2, so everything's good. So, and then you were a bit nervous, so rehearse a bit more. And yes, your objectives were to have appropriate outline, make your message clear, appropriate transitions, and strong openings and conclusions. I would say yes, you have completed all of them. And yeah, so pay attention to the few tips I gave you for your next speeches. Best of luck, and I hope to value you for the speech. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to add on a few points. So, Ankita, you started with a story. I remember you started with a story that was really good and captured everyone's attention. And you had good hand gestures, and you also gave some statistics. You could improve on your stage, just as Emilia Aryan said. You could move more over here, or you could just come up. And overall, it was very well done. So our next speaker was Gavija Rupert, and he will be evaluated by Emilia Aryan system. Please kindly welcome Gavija.
Good evening, my respected ma'am, fellow delegates, and my targeted speaker, Ray David. Your speech was a very good one. It was not like mine. Mine was more worse than yours, as usual. First thing I would like to say, your speech was a mixture of both good and bad points. I would like to start with the good points. You had good body gestures and hand movements, like this. That kind of movements I never used in my first speech. I started using them since P2, but you just came up and started with it. It was really good. Second, you captured people's attention, like there were two innocent faces and suddenly there was a monster, my own elder brother. That was really a capturing point for all of the Gavaliers, wasn't it?
Yes.
The points were really strong. You captured people's heads and brains right into your speech. You had a good sense of creation. As you told, you were creating the speech on the point. You hadn't used any notes. That's a really good thing. But now, just a few bad points you could have worked on. I felt you hadn't prepared well. If you had prepared well, you could have done many things. You could have been the best speaker, better than any P10 speaker also. At the first speech, you could have just practiced by telling it to your parents or just practicing it in front of a mirror. Then your face expressions were towards sorrowness. You did not use any face expression like, oh, like this. Face expressions were not seen. Third, you can change words and capture more attention, like, oh, between the two faces of the innocent people, there was the great monster. Look, it helps to capture people. You could have used this. I felt you were struggling a lot because you hadn't prepared well. You can focus on voice clarity because I felt sometimes your voice wasn't that clear that it could reach the back. Yeah, thank you. Don't give it up. Cheer up. You might have heard this saying, try, but do not cry. Thank you.
So that is a very good evaluation from Divya Aryan. And I would like to add on a few more points. Where your speech was very, very humorous, like just as Aryan said, the story of the innocent and the monsters. You were a little nervous, we all could see that, but it's okay because it's your P1. Like even I was very nervous, but it was fine. And also I was very shocked when you said that you were doing it on the spot because it was very well made. So let's all give a round of applause for. Okay, and our next evaluator is Gavilia Elisa, and she will be evaluating Gavilia Joel. So please help me welcome her to the stage.